Reports affirm that MiG-31BM Foxhound interceptors are being deployed at Rogachevo Air Base in the Novaya Zemlya archipelago above the Arctic Circle. Russia's Ministry of Defense has posted images and videos as a new rotation of MiG-31BMs arrived at the base, undertaking what the Defense Ministry describes as experimental combat duty to protect the state border of the Russian Federation in the Arctic airspace. The deployment is tagged experimental since Russian officials are still in the process of laying out the full plan to make sure that the MiG-31BM and its crew can operate properly from the remote base with frigid Arctic conditions. Lieutenant General Otroshchenko said in an interview with TV Zvezda, the official television station of the Russian Ministry of Defense, the machine, the MiG-31B, works excellently, and there's no difference from the altitudes where we normally fly around Monchegorsk. A month has passed and we, therefore, needed to shift the aircraft and their personnel and also have a closer look at the conditions for the servicemen and their living conditions. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes how Russia plans to defend its interest in the Arctic with MiG-31 and Kinzhal hypersonic missile. Let's get started. This video is sponsored by War Thunder, the most comprehensive military vehicle online game for PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One, in which you can go to battle on more than 1,200 playable aircraft, tanks, helicopters, and ships from the 1930s to the 1990s. The game has an amazing attention to detail and focuses on a realistic combat experience, which is why knowing your vehicles and skill really makes a difference. It's easy to get into, and all you need to play is nothing more but your mouse and keyboard or controller. Immerse yourself in cross-platform combat with more than 20 million other military vehicle enthusiasts from all over the world. Download and play War Thunder for free using the link in the description below, and also get a free bonus tank, aircraft, or ship, and 3 days of premium account. The Arctic is getting increasingly vital. As the ice caps melt in the Arctic, it will become economically viable to navigate. Russia is gearing up to monetize the potentially lucrative Northern Sea Route (NSR) as the Barents Sea and Arctic thaw faster than anticipated. In August 2017, the first ship traversed the Northern Sea Route without the use of icebreakers. The Dutch Bureau of Economic Policy Analysis projected in 2015 that the Northern Sea Route may be ice-free by 2030. A 2016 report by the Copenhagen Business School found that large-scale trans-Arctic shipping may become economically viable by 2040. The Northern Sea Route could make connectivity between Europe and Asia 40% faster, cheaper, more fuel-efficient, and greener. Russia will lose land as the ice melts, but it may gain nearly 1.2 million square miles in its continental shelf, which means it will have rights to extract undersea minerals and energy resources. So it's not surprising that the Arctic and the adjacent regions will be in the focus of different stakeholders. The U.S. Air Force is preparing to deploy bombers to Norway for the first time with the Arctic in mind. As per reports, B-1B, accompanied by more than 200 personnel, will be arriving in the country's Orland main air station in the coming days. Viewers can know more about it from the video in the above link. Mikoyan MiG-31 is a supersonic interceptor aircraft developed for use by the Soviet Air Force. The aircraft was designed by the Mikoyan Design Bureau as a replacement for the earlier MiG-25 Foxhound. It was designed to defend the vast northern expanses of the then Soviet Union. MiG-31 is based on and shares design elements with the MiG-25. The MiG-31 has the distinction of being one of the fastest combat jets in the world. It continues to be operated by the Russian Air Force. The Russian Defense Ministry expects the MiG-31 to remain in service until 2030 or beyond, with several upgrades. It's powered by two Soloviev-D MiG-30 F6 afterburning turbofan engines, which generate 93 kilonewtons or 21,000 pound force thrust each dry and 152 kilonewtons or 34,000 pound force with afterburner. MiG-31 has a max speed of Mach 2.83 and has a service ceiling of 25,000 meters or 82,000 feet. If the MiG-31BMs can handle the harsh Arctic elements, it will help pave the way for other MiG-31 variants, including MiG-31Ks, which carry Kinzhal missile. An object is said to be hypersonic once it exceeds speeds of Mach 5. That's 5 times the speed of sound. This is about 1,715 meters per second, or 3,836 miles per hour, or 6,174 kilometers per hour. There are currently 3 methods being applied to make hypersonic weapons: using hypersonic glide vehicle (HGV), using a scramjet engine, or using air-launched ballistic missile (ALBM). Kinzhal is essentially an ALBM. It reportedly has a top speed of more than 10 times the speed of sound. It goes ballistic after launch. The missile has a range of approximately 2,000 kilometers or 1,250 miles when launched from MiG-31K. The choice of integrating it to MiG-31K, which would probably launch the Kinzhal from 60,000 plus feet at supersonic speed, is aimed at giving the missile much more reach than it would have if launched from the ground. Kinzhal is also thought to be nuclear capable and able to hit ground as well as naval targets. It can carry a warhead of 500 kilograms or around 1,100 pounds. It's powered by a solid propellant rocket. As per unconfirmed reports, the Russian Air Force has formed an aviation squadron of 10 to 12 MiG-31Ks. It's clear that things are heating up in the Arctic. To control the Arctic, Russia needs a weapon that can hold aerial and naval assets in the region at risk. For air-to-air interception, MiG-31BM will be used, while to target naval assets, which will potentially be the core point, Kinzhal-armed MiG-31K could be deployed. Kinzhal is designed to overcome any known or planned U.S. air or missile defense systems. Kinzhal, armed with conventional warheads, could potentially be used to take out multi-billion-dollar aircraft carriers or destroyers. When armed with a nuclear warhead, it can theoretically decimate a U.S. carrier strike group. As per Russian claims, Kinzhal is capable of making rapid course corrections or otherwise flying erratically. This, coupled with the weapon's speed, could make it very difficult for the existing air defense system to track and intercept it. The combination of Kinzhal and MiG-31 will surely be a challenge, since the missile carried by the fast aircraft could be launched from unpredictable locations, and its target envelope is very large. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.